Hi everybody, Leah here. Welcome to the July 2025 card reading. July is the month where luck is on your side. This is a really exciting month to connect to your intuition, to really start to see that what appears as luck can actually be the guidance you're receiving. And if you've been doing the work throughout the year, then you're starting to, notice those signs, pay attention to them and taking action based on those. So it's a really big month of self-discovery, your personal growth and your spiritual connection. So very exciting. The oil for this month is Melissa, which is the oil of light. And Melissa is about awakening your soul to truth and light. It reminds you, I'm just going to show you, this is the book, Essential Emotions. If you don't have it, grab it because it's a really good way of seeing how these oils can relate to not only the emotions and things we're feeling. Like you can just pick your oils intuitively and then read the messages and see how they fit. But it's also a really good way of addressing the emotional aspects of our physical things as well. So it says, Melissa reminds individuals of who they truly are and why they came to this earth. It invites one to release everything and anything that holds them back from reaching their fullest potential. We're mid-year. We've done the mid-year check-in Zoom. Thank you to those who came to that. This is your time to really just go, okay, where am I at? Am I on track? Do I want to change things? How do I want the rest of this year to play out? So in the yearly reading, we had a lot of sword cards for this. Well, we had a sword card. We have the Nine of Swords and we had the Six of Cups. And both of those have come up in the daily cards. But we have a lot of swords in these daily cards this month. So it's going to be really important for you to see things as they actually are. You're cutting through any of that stuff that you thought it was a certain way or not. And you're getting very clear with yourself on what you're wanting to achieve. And by doing that, you're opening yourself up to allow that luck to come in because you're not holding on to any of that old baggage that's keeping you stuck, that's stopping you, or, where you think you're not worthy or any of that old stuff that just has to go now. You've got to be done with it this year. Then by processing all of that, you open yourself up to allow all these great things to come in, which will definitely feel like luck, but it's probably more just the universe has your back because you've done the work and you're now in a position where you can allow that to come in. The card from my healing cards for this month is the card of healing. So if you're needing help with that, book a tapping session, book a Reiki session, come in, let's work through whatever it is that's keeping you stuck. And so you can get rid of that and move on and make the second part of the year really as good as it can be. All right, let's get started with your reading. Okay, so we're going to pick 3 numerology cards. So just choose card 1, 2, or 3, and we will read these at the end. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and we have 4 as well. So choose card 1, 2, 3, or 4, and we'll read that. Got a lot of purple here, so this can be a very life-changing month with big changes. All right, so the first week of July, we've got the Full card, we have the Star, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So you're really starting off in a really great way this month. So taking a leap of faith, you're following your dreams. Opportunities are going to come in. This is where we talked about, you'll think that this is luck, but you'll just see it's because you're getting into alignment that these opportunities start to flow to you. With the star there, this is dreams coming true. It's believing in yourself. It's difficulties coming to an end and you being able to move forward. And the Ten of Pentacles is a card of accomplishment. You also have a lot of pentacles in the daily cards. So for some of you, I feel like this could be a big turning point with your finances, your material needs being met this month. So it might be, if that luck is on your side, it might be that you've been looking to buy a house and all of a sudden the perfect house comes up and it just works in, the timing works in that you're able to get it, that perfect job that comes up, or you just happen to overhear a conversation that leads you to something that is going to be really financially rewarding. So really exciting. But it feels like this first week of July is going to really help you to recognize that luck is on your side and to work with that. Now, the second week of July, you have the Four of Water. I think we might have the Four of Cups in there, the Empress and the Eight of Pentacles. For some of you, you're going to miss out on what it is that you thought you wanted. And you might say as well, luck's not on my side. I didn't get what I wanted. You're going to come to see that wasn't the best thing for you. So again, using the houses as an example, maybe you miss out on the house you want, but then you find out in 6 years' time that, that was in a flood area or something, so sometimes things not working out the way we want is the luck. So I want you to be open to that possibility as well, that if you miss out on something, maybe it wasn't meant for you and maybe you're being protected in some way for that. So with the Empress there, you're creating, so do your manifesting, create a dream board this month. Really start to dream big. What do I want? If there was nothing in the world stopping me, what would I want? And see what that is and see what parts of your life you're already there, because that is going to then show you and look back and go, well, how did that come into my life? Wow, there was a whole lot of luck that played into that. Things just lined up. It worked out, just everything fell into place. So really being grateful too for everything you already have while dreaming big about the things you still want. Attainment is at the Eight of Pentacles. So you are achieving something this week. I feel like something you have been working towards all of a sudden is there. It's yours for the taking. Or it is just that looking at what you already have and going, okay, yep, I can see how I got to that, because even being able to tune into that gets you in that alignment where it's okay, yep, I know that I was ready for that to come into my life and that opened up the door to allow it in. So this other thing now that I want, what do I need to do to get into alignment there to open up that door? Now, the third week of July, we have the Justice card, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Tower card here. So that's interesting that we have the Justice card and the Tower. I almost feel like there's going to, and then we've got the Ace of Cups. So it's sort of different, very different energies here. So I think that Ace of Cups is there to remind you that whatever is happening here is happening for a reason. There is a purpose. If there is a bit of a shake-up in the third week of July, there is a reason that's happening. You've got to trust in that process and don't let go of your belief in yourself, in the universe, whatever it is that you have faith in, because something needs to change here to allow the rest to happen. So it might be for July in the yearly reading, there was a lot of, it could have been old people coming back or old things coming up, you seeing things in a new light that you then recognize to go, okay, that isn't actually how, what I remember actually isn't how it was. Or, someone's coming in with an explanation or something that you're like, okay, yeah, I've, held on to this thought of why this happened, but it's actually, that wasn't it. So it feels like something is going to come up here to be released. And that is the whole purpose of this happening, is that this is something old that you have to let go of. So I really feel like this could test you a bit. You have to stand up for yourself. You've got to stand up for what you know is right, but at the same time, recognizing that, it's here for a reason. What is that reason? What do I need to look at? What other information do I need here to make a really fair decision? but the whole time holding on to what is important, what you know is true in your heart space. And then we go into the end of July, we have the Wheel, you have the Strength card, and you have the Hierophant. So you're ending the month as powerfully as you're beginning it. It's big changes. You have the opportunity to make some really big changes this month. And if you do that, you're going to find that all of a sudden things start to shift, things start to change. But you're going to, with the Wheel card there, fortune is on your side. And we have the Wheel card in the daily cards as well. You're being reminded that you have the strength to work through anything, that there is a reason things are happening and it wouldn't be given to you if you couldn't cope with it. So recognize that in yourself, that you have that strength, have that belief in yourself that you can do this. Be confident, but do the work also. The Hierophant is there. This is you. I almost feel like you're going to be reaching out for help with some other people perhaps this month, that there is something happening there that you need to join together with a community. And again, you might look at it and go, wow, like these difficult things happen, but it's led me to this friendship group, or it's led me to these people who can now, help me to go onto this next path. It might be people who can help you financially, if you're buying that house and you need a loan, or I think someone's definitely buying a house this month because it keeps popping into my head. But it really feels like this can be quite a life-changing month, but you have to play a part in that. The bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Water, Eight of Michael, and the Four of Swords. So this is you making decisions. You are committing to what it is you want to do, and hopefully that's your future and the changes you want to see. And you're taking off those, rosy colored glasses, and you're seeing things as they are. And that is going to be liberating and freeing you to move on. But this feels really nice. Ten of Cups is a beautiful card. This is you being happy. You're in healthy relationships or a really happy family life. It's just this contentment of, yes, this is where I'm meant to be. This is what I want to do. With the Four of Swords there can be an element of retreat this month, just to give yourself that time and space to just tune in. And, we're constantly on the go. You're showing up to work, you're meeting the needs of those around you. It's like there's a lot of busyness there. There's a lot of people, and with them comes their energies, their ideas, their beliefs, their opinions. And it feels like to me you're going to have moments in July that you need to take a step back from that to support yourself, your health, but to allow yourself to really tune in and hear your own wisdom. It's not blocking out, as I said, like new information is going to come in. So you don't want to tune everybody out because you're going to miss those messages. But it's hearing that, but then allowing yourself that space and time. So it might be just taking some time to go, I'm just going to sit and meditate briefly, or, today I'm going to go and buy a coffee and I'm going to go sit at the park and drink it just by myself in nature. It's just giving yourself that time and space to let your own thoughts and guidance come through. But this is a really, really good month. Now, interestingly, I don't usually sort of tell you the daily cards, but 2 cards came out for the final day of July, and they're quite conflicting. And I don't feel like, sometimes when I get 2 cards, I combine those messages to make one message. But for this, I kind of feel like it's going to be very much for one group, each way. But I really feel like in July, you're being reminded that you have the choice of choosing the past, choosing the hurts, holding on to grief, loss, resentment, hurt, anger, any of those things, or you can choose to free yourself from that and choose the path of peace and happiness and joy and contentment. And sometimes when those terrible things have happened, there is no resolution to be had. No one's coming to apologize for their actions. You are not going to get that release from external sources that perhaps you feel you need and are entitled to, which are very valid feelings to have. But it feels like to me for some of you, those things aren't coming in the way you'd hoped, and you need to give that to yourself. Use your tapping, really, really good way to do it. Please book a session if you need help to do that. But August will be the month of recognizing your success is limitless. And I feel like this last day of July is the key to that. So, well, which am I going to choose? Which way am I headed here? It's going to be really, really important for this month to clear all that stuff so you can choose that path of joy and happiness and contentment. Otherwise, you'll probably find that all that old stuff is just going to keep coming. It's going to follow you through it's going to, it's weaved through every part of your life until you address it and deal with it and get rid of it. So the numerology cards. Card number 1 is 33, the card of communication. And it's funny because the card from my healing decks is 33 as well. So if you chose that card, 33 is going to be quite significant for you. So speaking up for yourself, communication can mean many things. I feel like with that healing card there as well, for some of you, this is being truthful with yourself, allowing yourself to speak up about what you want. It can be really hard if you've got, this a dream, this goal, but you actually don't think that you can achieve it, or you're not worthy of it, or all of those old things that still haunt us and come through in our everyday lives. It's almost like this month you have that option to start. It's like you're whispering it almost. It's like you're just whispering what this goal or this dream or this desire is, and you're just trying that on for size for yourself first. And that is perfectly okay. You can spend the whole month just telling yourself what it is you want. You don't have to tell anyone else. But if you have drawn card number 1, really important, I think, this month to be very honest with yourself and to start to voice what those goals and dreams are and those desires, because they're there for the taking. You just have to be open to receiving them. Card number 2 is card number 10, which is karmic completion. So there is a lot of old hurts and stuff here, but you are letting it go. You are committing to yourself to go, I'm dealing with this once and for all because I'm sick of it. I'm done with dragging this through my life and having it affect my future. So I'm done. And it's almost like when you make that decision, when you do that work, when you clear that out, there is a completion of this karmic cycle. It's going to free you up to do the next stage of life. Third card is 37. This is the time out. So if that's one for you of, retreating a little bit into nature, giving yourself that space and time to just sit with your own energy and your own thoughts and feelings, then this is probably going to be quite relevant for you. So it's important to give yourself, and regardless of what's happening in your life, even if you're not surrounded by other people, it can be, TV and God, you turn on the news, wow, and you need to tap for a week after watching that. So it's just working out for you, what do I need to do to give myself the space and the time to tune into my own inner wisdom? Ask that question, see what the answer is, and then go and do it. And card number 4 that was insisting on coming out is 32, and it's music. So music can be really helpful in a number of ways for healing. If you wake up, sometimes you don't sleep well, you wake up with a headache, you're in a real funk, you just don't want to do anything. But I feel like this month you don't want to waste your time either. Putting on some uplifting music, have a dance, have a sing. Singing is really, really good. So if you struggle a bit with that communication, with voicing your needs, or being honest with yourself, music is a really good way to open up that throat chakra. So put on some music, have a good sing, find songs that have lyrics that are meaningful to you in this moment that are going to help you to process what you're going through. Sad music, it makes you have a good cry. It's brilliant. It's really cathartic. So do that. Also, learning an instrument is a really good way to tune into those sword aspects of yourself that might not come naturally to you. So learning an instrument creates those new neural pathways. So you might find that's a really helpful way, that there's some aspect of you that you need to unlock something in you. Music can do that. So learn an instrument, play the music, sing the songs, dance, really, really important. So I hope you have a wonderful month. It can be a really, really significant month for you. You're going to have to do some work. It's not going to come easily, I don't think. No, that's not the right words. It's not that it's not going to come easily, but it's not going to just happen if you're not playing an active role in your life right now. So make your dream board, see where you want changes in your life, and then make them happen. Um, Old stuff is going to come up. You're going to have to work through it. It has to be done. So book a session with me. Just go to leahloyd.com. We do tapping over Zoom or in my clinic here in Yass. It's a really easy, incredible modality that is going to help you a lot to get rid of this old stuff that you just, you might have tried years of therapy or other modalities and things and you just can't shift it. And it almost feels to me like some of you just like, I'm just done with it. I just want it done, but it's not done. There's still stuff to work through, but tapping is a really effective way of doing that. And it's, fairly painless. So book a session if you need it. Otherwise, I will see you next month. Bye.